my chatterboxes. This is my review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Season 9, Episode 9. Shut it down. Okay? So this is actually going to be the season finale due to Corona. So it opens up with the cast members talking about the corona, how it's coming into the states, and how they starting to shut down different cities and things like that. So you had John Jock and Kendra gonna sit up there and say to him, well, I need this not to affect us. Well, Kendra, how the hell you think a virus not gonna affect you? It affect everybody. I know at that time we didn't know the magnitude as to what we were dealing with, but come on, Kendra, like, please. Then Akbar saying, she won't be able to see her kids if they put them on a shutdown. Well, bring your kids home, Akbar. You said that you got custody of them. Bring them home. Oh, my God. So, anyway, Akbar, she meets up with Sierra, and they were talking about things like that. So, about stuff that just happened, and Sierra was saying how, she's been knowing Akbar for, a good amount of time, and that, that's her baby, even though she be doing some, crazy stuff, but, that's her girl. So she was telling her how she missed Paris' party, and good thing she wasn't there because it went down, but she didn't really get into, everything that took place. So she also told Akbar that she put Paris into private school, and she said that Paris, really likes it and things like that. So it comes out that it flashback that Sierra talking to Erica Mena. So she kind of said, well, she's saying that she may still be interested and see where it goes with Shooter, because everything that's going on with BK, because she thought that they were going to be able to, have a future together, and he keep doing, nutty stuff. So it's like she's missing Shooter, like that old comfortables. Like she was so ahead, and Erica like, no, because Erica already was sitting with Kiyomi, and I don't know if Erica revealed to Sierra in that moment was Shooter got going on, but leave that alone. So Akbar was telling her how about she's supposed to be signing the deal, but she don't know if how it's going to go, because it's like they keep putting her like on the back burner and things like that. And then with this COVID stuff going on, who fucking knows? You know what I'm saying? So she was like, it's hard being in the limelight. People always come at her about her kids and things like that. Well, you put it out there on the front street to talk about your kids, and I guess you did that because sometimes people like to disarm their enemy. So if you get ahead of it, it won't sting. But I don't care. I don't care what nobody say. It's still gonna hurt if you ain't really being a mother to your children. I don't care how. It's no getting ahead of that. You know what I mean? If you're not out here raising your children and doing what you're supposed to do for your children, it's going to hit you all the time. Because as a mother, we know that we're supposed to be there for our children. We know what we're supposed to do. So, it ain't even no way around it. So, Sierra was telling her how, they going to go to Spice event, and she don't want no drama because she said she heard what happened between her, like, Light-Skin Keisha, because Light-Skin Keisha is going to be there. So, she got mad at Sierra because she was like, Sierra, you always trying to be friends with everybody. This and that. She was like, listen, I heard your music. I like your music. I heard her music. I like her music. It's no sense in us having to be me be beefing with everybody. And Akbar was like, you always gotta be trying to be cool with everybody. You can't do that. Yes, you can. It's called being an adult. You could be cordial. It ain't like you come calling them on the phone. Hey girl, what's up with you? It's cordial. Being cordial. Something that you may need to learn how to do, Akbar. You really do. Okay. So moving on from that, because I'm not talking no more about that conversation. We had Light Skin Keisha and Vango. They at the place. Vango got all these goddamn snacks. Now, if y'all listen to the YouTube, y'all know he is nothing but a muncher. So Keisha had threw all that crap down. So she was telling him how, they about to go to the party and they want them to talk. Them being her and Akbar, because they had beef at the radio station. So her boyfriend Vango, he said, listen, I don't like you getting in the middle of all that. He was like, is she kind of crazy? He was like, it's nothing really to discuss. He was like, because you can't reason with people that's crazy. Keisha was like, well, I don't really have an issue with her. Like, it's nothing really that I need to say to her. She was like, I'm just going to really be listening to what she got to say. She was like, now she want to, jump big and do it. Then I got to, do what I got to do. And I'm like, Keisha, I just hope you don't fall for the trap. But we all seen the previews of them fighting. Like Akbar, Vango was right. You can't reason with crazy. Akbar something ain't right with her. You know what I'm saying? Like the energy just not right. So moving on, now we got Spice, event. So it's Spice there. She's having like a wig line, it's a wig line and something else, whatever. But she should not have been doing no wig line because her wigs are always horrible. Always horrible. So it's Alexa Sky there, Akbar there, Kiyomi there, Carly Red there, Mimi there. The whole shebang or whatever like that. So, before Akbar and Spice, they didn't get along. They were about to fight. So Akbar gonna say, well, I don't mind coming to support another struggling artist, trying to get their stuff on. Like, I was like, did you mean that? Or were you throwing straight or shade? I don't know. So it looked like they was all about to have a good old time, but this is Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, so we already know it's going to go somewhere left real quick. So Alexa Sky and Akbar V had joined Kiyomi, Carly Red, and Mimi. So they were, like a little banter back and forth. It was like, I would see you in the club, but I never met you. So Kiyomi like, give me a hug and all this old bullshit or whatever like that, all the fake, nonsense. So she was like, yeah, because I don't haven't met you per se, but I seen you in the club. She was like, but I know Fetty. And she was like, so Alexa was like, what? Like, excuse me, what? She was like, yeah, I know. So Akbar was like, well, how do you know him? Y'all friends? What? She was like, well, we used to talk. So then that's when Alexa Sky in her confession, she was like, listen, she just trying to get a rise out of me. She was like, a lot of people mess with Fetty. She was like, in my head, in my time that I used to mess with him, yeah, I used to go all for him, crazy, this and that. But she was like, but I'm not giving her that energy. Kiyomi was just being messy. She was just being messy. Like, that wasn't even needed. Like, girl, please don't bring her back next season. Please don't bring her. I don't like messy. Alexis wasn't bothering nobody. Now, she could be messy too, but she wasn't bothering nobody. So Alexis kind of shut Kiyomi down. She was not going in there. She was like, listen, like I said, he messed with a lot of other girls. That's not my problem. Basically. So then Carly Red messy ass come in there, and because Alexis said something came up where she had said that she was sex trafficked at the age of 16. I forgot exactly what happened. And Carly gonna sit up there and say, I don't mean to poke holes in the story. I don't mean to, be messy. But Mo told me he met you at the age of 16. She was like, I didn't meet Mo at 16. I met Mo at 20. And Akbar was like, I told you she didn't mess with him in there. So Alexa Sky went into, her sex trafficking story when she said that she was held hostage at some whole house and she was sold off to different men. So Carly Red, she's mad because she said Alexa Sky going around telling people that Mo gave Carly the same ring that she gave Alexis, and Carly said that's not true because her daughter is the one who picked the ring out. Let me tell you something, Carly. Because when Mimi asked were Alexis and Carly good, Carly, if you really truly didn't, put whatever you and Alexis had, to pastures, then you shouldn't entertain her. Don't try to fuck with her every chance you get, because that's not cool. You becoming a bully, and that's not cool. And she was like, I'm not trying to say that but he said, I'm not saying that you're lying, but he said one thing. First of all, Carly, you going off of what your ex-husband said, the one who just was freaking another woman in your bed, the one that did all these scandalous things, and you really taking his word for what the hell he got to say? That showed me how stupid you are. That really did. That showed me where your mind is. Because he already proving himself to be a clown and a liar. And if he was messing with Alexa Sky when she was 16, how old was he? Because are we in inappropriate activity now, or is it not, a legal situation? I want to know, because you done opened the door for it. Let's hear it. Let's freaking hear it. So Alexis start, crying or whatever. Like, she was like, cause she get a little emotional. So Mimi had kind of like, she had walked out there with Mimi, and Mimi was like, Carly is dead ass wrong. She was like, what type time she, on, if somebody's sitting up there trying to tell their story, you should allow them to tell and not be trying to discredit what they got going, what they got, so what they saying. Like, Carly, I don't know. Like, you lost me on this one, Carly. You lost me on this one. You so pressed over that goddamn man that was screwing around. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. It was Spice that took Alexis Sky out, outside to talk to her. And Alexis Sky, was crying and things like that. And as she outside crying and telling her story to Spice, Carly Red sitting up there talking about, oh, y'all better go get Alexis. She outside crying and snickering like it was funny. But when Alexis Scott was on your ass in that party, you was acting shook. Like, come on. Like, I'm tired. I can't deal with that. I cannot deal with that messiness. So then Shekinah had came, Shekinah came in and she was like, oh, you starting your shit already. So Shekinah said in her professional, she was like, Cardi old ass messing with Alexis Scott, half her age. She was like, just being messy. And then she continued the messiness because she already know that Akbar and Shekinah don't mess with each other because apparently they dated the same person. So they already was going at it last year and last reunion about the fight. So why would you even try to like bring them together? Just leave it alone. They were both coexisting without saying anything to one another. You should have just left it there. So here come Carly Red talking about, well, let me reintroduce y'all to each other. And not Carly, Akbar was like, I know who Shekinah is. You don't have to introduce her. Like, we good. Like, you know what I mean? And Shekinah, was like, stop being messy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you being fucking messy. So, I forgot somebody asked Akbar, she was like, I know who Shekinah is. We just don't mess with each other. We don't bang. So, they start going back and forth, Akbar and Shekinah. They start going back and forth with one another. Next thing you know, Akbar throw the goddamn on drink on Shekinah. Now all hell breaks loose. Spice up there flipping out, talking about, y'all, Akbar, you promised me you wasn't going to do this. Then you came here and do this. That's what you want to do to fight this and that. But I can't do the accent, so I'm just going to talk fast. Y'all feel me. Then Shekinah talking about that big, she called it son. She was like, she going to have enough to try throw a drink on me. She was upset. So Shekinah was trying to tell the security guards had Shekinah all, hemmed up. And she was trying to explain what was going on to Spice, because Spice was pissed off. She was like, if y'all can't respect my man, y'all can just get the hell out of here and this and the other. And she was like, she really was mad at Akbar because she was like, Akbar, you promised. So Akbar was saying to Mimi, you know what was going on, because she's trying to make it seem like she wasn't the aggressor. For real, Carly Red started that bullshit. But Akbar, you are a grown woman. You got to be able to control your emotions and your feelings, your hands, and everything else. You can't just go around doing what you want to do. Now, she arguing with Shekinah, talk about you got too much mouth and you ain't about it. Come on. Akbar, it's getting old. If you about it, but don't go around trying to act like a big bad whoop, because you gonna meet your match. Somebody gonna have you on that ground. Because I seen a video you getting your ass whooped. Okay? So my thing is, you need to take a slice of humble pie, because I guess that ass whooping didn't humble you. You know what I mean? You on camera trying to be a bully, but you talking about you trying to get your music out there. It's going to work against you, because people not going to want to buy into that, because don't nobody be friends with no bully. Nobody going to patronize you. Nobody's going to put you on top. No one's. The way you behave is going to set you, back. You know what I mean? So you gotta chill with that. You gotta chill with that. Anyway. So Shekinah, they made Shekinah go. She was like, how the hell I'm the one who getting kicked out, and I'm the one got the drink thrown in my goddamn face, which is true. She got the drink thrown on her face. And she was the one that had to get the heck out of town. So as she out there, Tokyo and Light Skin Keisha pulls up. So she telling them what was, she yelling, screaming, and she telling them, kind of telling them what's going on. So as they come into the party, they saying hi and hellos to everybody. Akbar immediately got her face balled up, all in her feelings, all mad, because you already know she said that she next time she see Keisha, she was going to hit her on sight. So they were all talking, amongst each other, but Light Skin Keisha was over there at the bar. So when Light Skin Keisha came over to where they were, I think somebody was like introducing her, and she was like, we're good. Like, she kind of was a little off-putting, and Alexa was like, well, what's up? Like, I don't know you, like, because she was coming at Alexis a little bit. So as Keisha was drinking her drink, next thing you know, Akbar just rushed her. So she caught her off guard. She didn't even see it coming. But soon when she did that, Tokyo was on Akbar's ass. Yo. So Tokyo and Akbar was going at it. Keisha's ass was on the goddamn ground. And don't get me wrong, the only reason why she was on it because she did not see it coming. She did, like, it was a sneak move. It was a sneak move or whatever. So now it's all fucking hell break loose. All hell break loose. Keisha and them outside. They waiting on Akbar. Next thing you know, Spice in there. She swung on Akbar. They fighting a little bit. Kiyomi in her confessional saying, damn, it's like it's like, World War II out there. She was like, everybody against Akbar. Akbar, it took 50 security cars to, like, tame Akbar. Then Light Skin Keisha in her confession to talk about, I want that ass, Shekinah want that ass, Tokyo want that ass, everybody on that ass, because you starting fucking trouble. You starting trouble. So Alexis Sky, she was like, listen, Akbar was talking shit about me, talking about when I went to that event, how I was, wrong. She was like, she wrong. She was like, and I basically, Alexis ain't with that fucking smoke. She was like, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm out of it. I'm out. Alexis was about to get in her car. Light Skin Keisha was outside because Alexis said Light Skin Keisha and her friends was outside waiting on Akbar. They was trying to get Akbar out the back of the club, but they was outside waiting for her. So as Alexis Sky coming out the venue, Light Skin Keisha was like, well, where Akbar is? I think Alexis Sky was like, I don't know, I'm leaving. I'm just leaving. So she got her car. So next thing you know, production was like, she going after Akbar. So Light Skin Keisha, she had drove off, and she must have caught up with Akbar, and they start tussling out there. And it looked like they was all Light Skin Keisha was on one side of the car, Akbar was on another. Alexis Sky, she did come and she was trying to break it up. Akbar had Keisha wig. Tokyo was trying to get to it. Oh, it was a hot fucking mess. It was a hot mess. But everybody, like, Shekinah was like, I'm tired of this bitch trying to be a bully. I'm tired of it. Light Skin Keisha said, that's all Akbar doing, trying to bully people. Ain't nobody going for that shit. And like I said, Tokyo wasn't playing. So Tokyo was like, Akbar better get some driver insurance because it's going to be Light Skin Keisha and Tokyo's on her ass. I'm like, oh my God, it's a mess. So Akbar talking about, yeah, they all coming from me. She was like, but I'm built for this shit here. Akbar, come the fuck on. You. Let me tell you something. All jokes aside. Akbar, you are a disgrace. You are the epitome of what people stereotype us as black people as. You are the epitome of an angry black woman. And the bad part about it is they're giving you a platform to show your ignorance on national television. The things that you need to be worrying about is securing a bag and some stability for your children. But yet and still, you keep showing this side of you. I know it has to be another side of you, but you don't show it. You show this side, okay? And as much as, I'm getting a kiki out of it, at the end of it, the very essence of the core, somebody hurt you. You're angry and you're lashing out, and you come across as a fucking bully and a hater. And you know what happens to bullies. Bullies get taken out. They do. So I just think that you need to maybe look at this, look back at it, and I hope that you be like, okay, I don't like the way I look on TV. But if you don't, then you're going to learn the hard way, just like plenty of people before you have. And people, whoever listening to my voice can hear me talk and listening to my review, this is not how majority of black women act. She does not represent the black woman. I'm just here to say it. She don't. Okay, moving on from that. Now we got the fellows. They at Frost Bistro. You got Kirk, you got Shooter, and you have Breland and Scrappy. So they're in there. They were sanitizing the restaurant and things like that. So Kirk was like, well, I hear you have a baby coming. You know, Bambi's pregnant. He was like, yeah. He was like, but this not really a good time. He was like, you know, with everything going on, but we're going to try our best, you know, to keep her happy and healthy and things like that. Which is a good thing because this is a real stressful time for expected mothers with all the corona and things like that. My heart goes out for him. So he was saying, he had told a cute little story. He was like how Breland, because he was watching Breland while Bambi and I was away. So he said Breland gonna lift up his shirt and act like he wanted to like suck on it, like, cause I guess he was used to nursing on Bambi. And he was like, like I love him and all that, but he ain't about to be, you know, sucking on what I got going on. So Kirk will say, well, won't you put one of those contraptions on with a nipple and get some milk there so he can nurse? He was like, what? Scrappy talking about all them kids Kirk got, you would think he knows something. He don't know nothing. He was like, I love Breland. I love him, but all that ain't going on. I cracked up laughing. He was like, I don't blame you, Scrappy. I don't blame you. So Shooter was telling them about the ordeal that went on between. Shooter told them about the ordeal that went on between Cheyenne, Kiyomi, and him. So they didn't know that he was messing with Cheyenne. So he said he was messing with her for about 2 years, and then he, messing with old girls. So they was like, well, they found out about it. He was like, yeah. So they was like, well, how'd that go? He was like, they was immediately at each other's throat. Yes, they were. They ain't waste no time getting at it. So Kirk was like, well, that's a bad situation because now you got Scrap involved in a mix up. So he was saying how, and Cheyenne had the nerve to sit up there and say, oh, I seen you coming out of Scrap House. He said, so hold on, this little triangle crazy. So she messing with Scrap. He was like, well, I asked her and she was talking about some music. He was like, but my thing is she never mentioned it before, so I'm wondering what's going on. So Kirk was like, well, yeah, you gonna have to press Shorty about that. He was like, yeah, I plan on, he said, I already did. All right. No, you ain't pressed it good enough because she ain't come clean. She ain't let you know she was slobbing on his pole and not the stripper pole, because I'm pretty sure Scrap hit that. I'm pretty sure. I don't have proof of it. This is all me just assuming, but okay. Scrap, he looked like Scrap. You already know what Scrap get into, so it ain't far-fetched to think that something might have went down, but who knows. So Shooter was saying in his confessional how like he kind of offered Kiyomi. He was like, because he ain't trusting it. Like, it's not sitting right with him. And I guess he said he kind of done with her and Cheyenne. Shooter, you got some goddamn nerve because you created all this mess. Now you talking about she's supposed to keep it 100 with you. You wasn't keeping it 100 with her because you could have been told her about Cheyenne. You didn't. You chose to tell her when you wanted to take her to that event. Come on now. And I think you only used her because you didn't know how to break it to Cheyenne. So you did that so she could like blow up and it would be end of it because you was too chicken shit to say, just pull her to the side and have an adult conversation. Say you wasn't no longer interested in a relationship. That's my opinion on it. So as they were in there talking, production head came in and was saying that they had to halt production. So Kirk, first thing come out Kirk's mouth was like, well, how we gonna lie? How we gonna live? How we gonna survive? Y'all don't have no savings because the way y'all all Gucci'd out and this and that and this and that. I know y'all bank account. gotta be fat. But see, this is the problem. We learning that a lot of these celebrities is frauds and they pump faking, and they income kind of exceed their living expenses. So it's like if they have a couple bad months, they just like the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? Because they kind of living outside their means. I'm not saying that that's what they're doing, but for him to immediately say, well, how we going to live? Like, what the hell are you talking about? He said production. At this time, you didn't know that your restaurant was going to be shut down. He just said production. That's just one check. Y'all got all these different revenues. So how that make me realize how much money do y'all really have? Even though I shouldn't be counting y'all pockets, but y'all putting it on display like y'all got it like that. I just want to know. You know what I mean? That's a fair question. Don't you guys think? Anyway, they were saying how, they got word, everything, they need to be safe about everything, and this is how it is. So everything was starting to play out because now you have different cast members, how they stopped licensing Keisha in the middle of her confessional. She had the mic. You heard Rashida and Kirk saying how it's basically like the rug just been pulled underneath, they feet, because they had to shut Press LA, Press Houston, and the restaurants. Now, I understand they took a big hit from that. That's why they got on YouTube now doing, tutorials, cooking and shit. You know what I mean? You got to figure it. Listen, I ain't mad at it because you got to figure out a way. You got to figure out a way. That's why I'm on here trying to get me a little couple coins. But it is, I can't knock it. Yeah, I'm on here too. Anyway, so you heard them, saying how, about that. Then, everybody just has been affected. Everybody has been affected. So all the cast, were just saying how everybody should just be safe. Kendra was talking to Young Job about, the wedding. He was like, listen, the wedding probably ain't going to go on, on schedule. Like, that's all she worrying about is the wedding. And I get it. You wife to be, you excited. But come on, Kendra. There's some bigger shit at play right now than you worrying about walking down the goddamn aisle. You know what I mean? So now, Young Jock, he's broadcasting from home. I don't know what the fuck Scrappy and Bambi do for a living. So we see Erica Mena. She on there too. She talking about her and Safari's talking about how, the virus really, have them shaking up. They got the newborn baby at home. So they were saying how they take turns going to the grocery store because, I guess they don't want to both go and they both get sick and then bring it home to the baby. Then we seen BK. He was in the car crying because apparently, I think he said his uncle, passed away from the corona. So he was like, people, really just tell your family how you love them because you just never know when God gonna call you home, which is true. When you seen Spice, she was at the grocery store with her, children. It wasn't like no supplies there. Everybody just was affected by it like we all are. The world is, going through it right now. They're about to, they starting to ease restrictions, but I feel like the looser the restrictions, the more at risk that we are, that we all are, in. So like, everybody just be safe, So that's all. Who knows? I don't know. Listen. This was a very entertaining episode. I'm sad that it was the last episode. This is the season finale for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta due to the, epidemic, the pandemic that we're in, caused it to shut down. But I really enjoyed the episode. It was a lot of drama. But it kept me entertained. For some reason, it felt like it was shorter. But it was a whole hour. I don't know. So anyway, that's all I have for this episode. If you guys like the content, please feel free to like, comment, and most importantly,